Hey YouTube, I know that y'all have, well, some of y'all have subscribed to me, and I really do appreciate that, and y'all watch my videos, and so I have a couple of things that I thought I would share, but, you know, some of them are going to be for a different video. So let's talk today about strengths and positives, okay? Now, a lot of people have strengths, and well, okay, let's go ahead and backtrack that. Everybody's got a strength. Some people know it, some people don't. Some people just don't embrace it, and some people just don't even know where to go to get it. It's not something you can go to the store and get. When I say get it, it's within inside you, okay? It's in your drive, your determination, and the good things in you. Now, everybody has got flaws. I've got flaws, okay? And Mom's got flaws, Pop's got flaws, your aunts, your uncles, your sisters, your brothers, even animals got flaws. But how do animals go through how they do, and people go through what they do, okay? If you bring out your strength, okay, and you forget your weakness, life is going to be a little bit easier, okay? And I'll give you an example, alright? So let's say that something happened and, you know, it just wasn't going right, and things have been crumbling, and, you know, let's take work. So let's say you've been at work for a little bit and you left for some personal reason as to I don't know why. Maybe it was out of your control. Maybe it was in your control. You know, you never know. But I'm not the one to judge. What I am here to say is that if you embrace your strength, let's say you're really good at determining things, or you're really good at pushing yourself, you're really good at finding information, you're really good at researching, you're really good at keeping up with stuff, you're really good with keeping, you know, things organized. If you concentrate on that, okay, then work and school and family and friends, it's gonna be a lot easier, okay? Now, but there's one thing you gotta do, okay? The flaws that are within inside you, you got to put away. Because, and I'll tell you why, okay? If y'all focus on the negatives, right, then how are you going to know your positives? How are you going to let your positives shine? How are you going to let yourself broaden your horizon? You know, if you just say, oh, you didn't call them, or oh, you didn't write this down, or oh, you didn't fill it out right, or oh, you didn't turn it in on time, or, you know, oh well, I guess you'll never know because you didn't do X, Y, and Z, or A, B, and C. If you go through that, doing that, then you're just going to bother yourself down. You're going to get, you know, all worked up, all chewed out inside. Not by yourself, by other people. And eventually, that's going to get to you, and you're going to bog yourself down. You're going to wear yourself out. So, what you need to do is, you know, let's say you, people in general, alright, all you folks need to embrace the positives in somebody, because if you embrace the positives, I guarantee you, the faults, the negatives, the bad parts are going to come in, but they're going to demolish somehow after you bring out the positives. So, if you went online, you did some research, awesome, you know more than other people in an interview. If you did the paperwork with some thoughtful mind, you'll even be better off as opposed to just writing an application down and say, here you go. Because would I hire the guy that just took his time to just write some stuff down and turn it in? Or would I really see the fact that he really took his time to bring everything he needed, put it all on the table, and was like, here you go, you know, I did what was asked, I'd like to you know, see X, Y, Z. I'd like to see A, B, and C. You know, Mr. Jane, Mr. Brian, Mrs. Susan, Mrs., you know, Jessica. You know, it's embracing the positives in all of us that we need to focus on. We go through so much in life, embracing the negatives in people, that when you embrace the negatives, you create tension, okay? And that tension gets stronger and stronger. Think of it as a snowball effect. If you take a snowball as big as a dime, okay, and you add on, it becomes a quarter. You add on, it becomes a ball this big, and then it becomes this big, and then it becomes this big, and it becomes this big, and eventually it's going to be so big that you can't do nothing about it. And so how are you going to start pulling a piece? It's going to feel like, well, I might as well not even pull the pieces apart, because there's so much to take apart, it's going to take forever. So why don't you embrace the positives? Why don't you take the fixings to a supper, right? And you add stuff to it, and you make it great. You make it awesome, okay? Because a piece of chicken and some rice can turn into, you know, marinated and lime-topped chicken fillet with some beans covered in butter and dill and some rice with a little bit of, you know, green onion. I mean, doesn't that sound a whole lot better than just, let's have some rice, let's have some peas, or let's have some chicken, right? So, embrace the positives, y'all. Bring it out inside. And, you know, everybody needs to do this, okay? So, the next time that you go up to somebody, you know, anybody, family, friends, coworkers, you know, your partners, you know, even animals, y'all. If you keep telling them, no, 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 well, you know what, that animal's going to be like, well, I don't know what to do. So I'm going to keep doing what I know how to do, which is to get to the naughty parts. If you embrace the good parts in them, like, you know, you tell them you being good by not doing the bad, they'll say, hey, I got rewarded for doing something good. I'm going to keep getting rewarded and keep getting, you know, congratulated for doing stuff that is supposed to happen. And then eventually, that bad stuff is going to go away. So, I want to go ahead and cut this video today by just reminding y'all, you have faults, but you have strengths. And if you use your strengths to rid yourself of the negatives, you can do so much more than you think you can. You just need a little bit of drive, you need a little bit of determination, and you don't even need encouragement. If you want encouragement, some people can just say, hey, look, you can do it, I know you can. And things are endless. The sky is the limit, alright? So, I love y'all, and I hope that today was a great old TTW. Next week, we're going to probably cover on some things like, let's see, you know, giving some small positive words, you know, to help you, and some other thoughts. So, that's for a different video, but, you know, y'all, leave me some comments, leave me some feedback, what y'all would like to hear. You know, this is all, think of it as a forum, you know, we're all together, we're all a family, and the people is going to inspire you, and if they inspire you, you know what, they're doing something right, and if they're doing something right, then they're going to make an impact on you, and the days that you don't know what to do, I guarantee you're going to think of that person, and that person alone. You know why? Because they thought that you were great. They thought that you could do it. They thought that there was no way you could fail. There's no way that you could ever do wrong. Yeah, you can, but the thing of it is that they knew that you could do it. They had no doubt in their mind. They said, go on, you can do this, you've got this. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Don't say, oh, well, good luck, or, oh, you know, hope you get it, you know. That's not encouragement. That's, you know, hey, you know, you have this, just be calm, be relaxed, you know, be great, you know, be strong. Now that is the power of words, and the power of emotion, and the power of one thing and one thing only. That's right here. My friends and family, that's a heart. And that's still beating. You know why? Because you keep going, you keep driving, you keep knowing that you're there and you're here for a reason. And it's to make an impact on not only other people, but yourself as well. So, goodbye, y'all. I love you, and I hope to see you again next week. Alright? This is Little C. Out.